did mean things.
You're missing.
And I gave you the benefit of the doubt, and I'm disappointed. You're both white trash, quite frankly. And you both.
Like I said, I feel the dynamics will change. Those were your words, Luann. She also was like, I feel the dynamics will change. It's where you come. So go yell at her too.
Don't.
Yeah,
You obviously don't realize. You know what?
She said the same thing.
You obviously don't realize.
Nice try.
Aviva is the biggest writer. She thinks she's Margaret Atwood. She's Joyce Carol.
You don't get it.
She writes a book.
You don't get it.
She writes every
You're
book in
a
month.
better writer. You're the best.
Guys,
You're up here.
Aviva.
And where were you? Where were you? Where were you?
Don't touch me.
I sat there at lunch. I sat there at lunch.
You didn't talk to me.
I
for
sat
8 months.
there at
I wanted
lunch.
to help you.
Aviva, please. You
didn't
turned your
talk
back
to
on me and
for
my
8
children.
months.
You're a cold phony.
Don't bring up your children. It is over. There's nothing more to say.
I know you thought that I was probably here today for an appointment, but I actually wanted to give you your first running blade. These are for you.
Running pigs.
These are running legs are for you. Eric made them.
Are you up for it, Jake?
Probably. I don't know about the balance yet.
No, but that's what we're going to work on.
You're gonna be like an Olympic athlete with these. Wow.
What I'm going to do is slide off the chair. I'm going to balance you up.
The first thing I was ever gonna have the opportunity to run.
Okay, you stand and balance on my shoulders. I'm going to push your valves.
Jake stands up really fast, and he's ready to go.
When you're kicking your legs forward, swing them around the side. You're going to go even faster, okay? Go ahead. I'll go with you.
Oh, it's kind of hard to do
There
it
you
in a
go.
row.
Keep going.
I just felt.
Oh my God.
I just couldn't keep up.
Pretty good.
That was funny.
You want to go again?
Okay.
Throw them out there faster. Bounce off. There you go. You know
Okay,
what?
I gotta do the same
You-
thing
you
I did
it.
last time
You
again.
got the one bounce.
This is incredible.
Not bad for your first day out, huh?
That is incredible.
To see this boy's face light up, it was a very special, special moment.
You ready? You're going to walk fast and strong.
You would think they'd make the streets level, right?
Yeah.
Well-
The stronger and more weight you put into the feet, the better it is. You ready? Yep.
Okay.
All right, Jake, come on to me. Come on, Jake. Push hard and strong. Woo! There you go. Push hard.
Good job. Good job.
Wait, who said that?
Amazing. I mean, incredible.
I was impressed with Jake, who is just so full of love and adventure and excitement. It's just a beautiful, touching moment. I was so glad I was there.
All right, you have to walk inside by yourself.
This was incredible.
You say that you're really hurt by us. Okay, I'm hurt. You say that you have never lied to any of us at the table, and you find us really hurtful. I find that laughable. Well,
Let me tell you something, Heather. The only thing,
Keep it together, Aviva.
the only thing that is artificial or fake about me. This. I'm sick of it. I am sick of you all accusing me. I'm done. Everything else is real. Everything else. Everything else is real. I'm gonna vomit. Okay, everything else is real, girl. Everything else. I mean, really. No. I'm sick of being called fake. I'm sick of it. All right, no. It's unbelievable. You know, I'm sick of it. I'm just sick of it. Heather, why don't you take it? I'll crawl home. Here. Go ahead. Go ahead, Heather. Take it. Oh my God.
Oh my God! They say this is the last straw. I mean, this is the last leg.
What is pussy poppin', you beautiful humans? My name is Ariane Andrew.
I'm Matt Dillon, and welcome to another piping hot episode of Sippin' the Tea. Where we what, girl?
Where we sip the tea and our guests spill that tea.
Well, I forgot my tea today, so I'll just be sipping it. We got Miss Mummer in the building today.
We have little Glitty.
And ladies and gentlemen, how long have we been doing this show for, Ariane? 2 years?
Ooh, 2 years, a little bit over 2 years.
2 years in the making. My best friends, the icon that is Aviva Drescher, darling. Welcome.
Hi, Matt. Hi, Ariane. It's so good to see you guys.
Finally.
I know. I'm so happy to be on. Thank you for having me.
Girl,
Thank you so much.
Yes. Okay, girl, well, let's just dive right on in.
Okay.
We're in a fresh new year. 2020 was very crazy to say the very least. So much going on politically, and the climate just the environment, just so much controversy and things going on. But we like to focus on the positives. So what was some positive takeaways for you as a mom, personally, and just everything in general? What were some positive things?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, as Matt knows, I am a homebody. So it wasn't so hard for me not to go out. And of course, I got to spend so much quality time with my husband and my kids. So that was great. And I think that before the pandemic, I was always really afraid of unstructured activities for my kids. So if they were home from school or camp and I had nothing to do for them, I would become very anxious. Like, how am I going to keep them busy?
Yeah.
And now I'm like so okay with just letting them be and just not worrying about keeping them busy, which is a really nice sort of sense of freedom. I can just sort of get up and live my day and love them and feed them and talk to them and be their friends and their mom sometimes. But I feel like sometimes I'm just so pathetically not strict. It's crazy. But it's like, I'm not worried if they don't have, activities, sports, art, play dates, whatever.
Oh, how the mighty have changed, darling. The structure that we've known each other a long, long time. The structure, it's beautiful to see the evolution, because I think it frees you up to breathe.
It does. It does. Well, my dad once said to me, because I was a little bit of that helicopter mom before, always like overdoing it, which my generation tends to do. And my dad was always like, live your life and just bring them with you. Like, go travel, bring them with you. Go see your friends, bring them with you. So now I do a little bit more of that.
I like that. Good advice from George. We're going to get to George in a bit, but yes, good advice from Georgie boy. I want to definitely touch on, because our audience may not be familiar with, we're going to get to Roni and some of the iconic little moments that you had and memories, but I want to go back to your story. We know it well. Most people know it well, but just, in a tidbit for us from 6 to, the life-changing event that happened to you, take the viewers through it and how you kind of maneuvered that through adulthood into, where you are now.
Oh, okay. So I grew up in New York City, and my parents had a country house upstate New York. And when I was 6, I had an accident there. And I was sleeping over at a friend's house, and I'm riding on a conveyor belt that moves the cow manure out of a barn, and my foot got caught. And I was stuck in the machine, and long story short, they had to amputate my foot at 6 years old. And then I started to wear prosthesis. And then at 26, I electively reamputated my leg below the knee to have more function and to have just better ease with everything. And sorry, I had a little visitor. My kids are home.
This is what this show is about.
That's about it. It's real stuff. Tell them to come say hi to us.
You can come say hi. You can say hi. My children can go to school. Their schools are open, and the schools are doing a beautiful job here in New York. But my kids just have chosen to stay home. And how can I tell them in the middle of a pandemic that they have to go to school? Like, it's impossible.
It's tricky. It's tricky. That's crazy. Well, I think, who do we have with us? Where's the guest appearance? No guest appearance?
You want to say hello, guest?
Hello.
He's coming. He's coming.
He's gotten so big since the last time I've seen him. Oh my goodness.
And his voice is so
Hey.
Ariane.
Ariane, right. Hi.
Oh my God, the voice. I'm dead.
Oh my goodness.
I miss you guys.
And he's tall. I know. We miss you so much too.
It's crazy. Well, let's keep the flow rolling.
Okay, so back to the leg loss. So anyway, so then in 1996, when I was 26, I had a revisional amputation below the knee, because that would make it physically better and it would make it look a lot better with prosthetics, etc. And and then I lived just a very normal, very lucky life. And I guess the important points are that I never ever had even a second, nor do I have like a thought of like, why me? Like, I know it's a serious thing to lose a limb, but I've never thought, like, my only thought has been always like, well, thank God I didn't die. And I think that sort of way of thinking is a really good barometer for everyone to take, which is just to always look at the positive in things. And that's just how you choose to see things in life is how your happiness is your happiness depends on how you choose to perceive things in life. Now, I did this when I was little. I did this when I was younger. But in between, I definitely got annoyed about things that would happen in my life, not about my leg, but about other things like imperfections or stupid things. Yeah. And now at 50, I'm 50. I mean, to be honest,
girl, 50 years young.
You know, to be honest, also like being 50, like, again, it's like, I feel I'm just saying the cliche, like, oh, I'm 50, but really, like, how lucky am I that I've lived until 50 and I have a beautiful family and friends, and not everybody has that luxury, you know?
Not at all.
So that is sort of my big thing that I started my life with, which is just gratitude. And here I am at 50, you know, with a lot of gratitude. And I try just, you know, to always see the positive. And I just think that chemically makes you happier. Hold on a second. You can say hello, guest. I have another guest.
This is the revolving.
Oh my goodness. Hey.
Hi, beautiful. Hi. Wow.
She's a little bit in, like, you know, grunge mode. Hi. You okay?
Yeah.
Do you need anything?
No.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
She can go to school too. But.
Listen, I think what you touched on, Aviva, is really, and you said it, your life lessons and perspective is such a unique, you had a unique experience, so pertinent to yourself, but what it's taught you is something that I think people can, like, look at themselves and be like, apply it in everybody's life.
Yeah.
The variations of, I'm having a shit day, I'm having this, I'm doing this. So it's like, I think there's a lot of depth in your story and, like, how it can be applied. And I've always thought that even before we became close, you know what I mean? I know Ariane's definitely got to know you over the many, many years that we've known each other. And it's always resonated with me that you could have been, woe be me, you could have been like, well, this ruined my life, and really gone a different direction. But I believe that you chose to continue yourself. Yeah. And you made that conscious decision to be like, I'm going to live a full life. And you damn well have lived many, many inceptions of life, haven't you?
You have. Well, speaking of, you know, the life you've lived, you used to be on Real Housewives of New York, girl, and you are iconic. You know, reality TV has a lot of negative connotations, especially from someone who used to be on reality TV. But like you said, perspective, it's all about focusing on, like, the positive things. So what have been some positive takeaways when you were on the show?
So the biggest positive has been my reach around the world, and which gives me the ability to help other amputees, which mostly I do, or I guess I enjoy the most to do it one-on-one. So somebody will reach out to me. I saw you on the show. I'm going to have an amputation, or my daughter or son's having an amputation. And I immediately get on FaceTime or call, or before the pandemic, I would go visit people if it wasn't too far. That's been the greatest gift, is really, because I really enjoy helping people who are amputees, because it's always come very easy to me, probably because it happened when I was very young. It's not like I'm so great or anything. It's just that I was young when it happened. So I only know how to do it. I don't understand obstacles, so I can give that to other people. And then the other thing that I really liked about Roni is just, like, being in the front row of pop culture.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was on Roni, it was like, in my community, like, even my kids' schools were, like, kind of turning up their noses at me, and all the moms were, like, you know, snooty. And then I feel like, and I was, like, embarrassed to be on the show, but I wanted to do it for the opportunities. I didn't want to regret not doing it. I would have rather regretted doing it. And then it's like, all of a sudden I'm done with Roni. And then, like, a few years later, we have a reality star as our president. Like, the whole country is like a reality show. So, and now I feel like the president of the free world is a reality star and behaves like one. His behavior is worse than the worst housewife. So all of a sudden I feel very legitimized. Like I feel like I'm at the top of the totem pole of reality players here, you know? So I now, so when I did it, it was like a big deal and it was like super cheesy. And now I feel like, that wasn't cheesy at all. What a great opportunity. I mean, anybody who has a half a brain gets it, and so again, going back to the silver linings and seeing things in a positive way, then when I did it, I'm not going to lie, I got caught up in the minutia and the fights with this one and the fights with that one. And it was ridiculous. Instead of focusing on what a wonderful experience that I'm on television. Who am I to be on television, and that I can do all this good stuff. So, and now I really get it. So I only have gratitude for that show. And I'm so grateful for all the gifts it gave and the gifts that still keep on giving. I do make a couple of bucks doing it, so that's good.
We're going to get to a couple of bucks. I mean, that was the peak of time where we met. It was crazy. And I do remember like living in a bubble for a time with you being like,
I know.
It was so self-encompassing and it felt like it was there. But I will say you rose to the occasion every time and you delivered great television. Say what you will about Miss Aviva Drescher, honey. She knew how to do it right. And I think that's why in retrospect, now you look back, you're one of not a lot of people that aren't on the show anymore that still are relevant and known to a really high degree. There's a lot of people that come, go, leave, pass.
Right.
But you're in that lucky, you did some bold things, honey. Insert the B-roll right now. Bang, 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 bang. But I think to know you is to love you, and like to know you and think about what you just said. Like people in reality TV is like, I think by now, hopefully people actually see like it's all smoke and mirrors. So a lot of people over social media during the pandemic have really kind of played into an episode where you were in the back of the car with Heather and Carol talking about, I got body gears, Cipro, I'm ready for like world to end. And I was like, so how did you handle the peak of the pandemic in New York City, honey? Were you like fully gas masked up? What's going on? We need to know.
Spill the tea, girl.
I was prepared.
I knew it.
In February, I bought a lot of masks, the really good masks.
Please just don't tell me you bought all the toilet tissue though.
The toilet tissue, I have another funny story about that. I didn't know that the toilet tissue was going to be scarce or paper goods. But I did get masks, and I got a lot of cleaning stuff. And then my husband was like, told me to like, we bought a second freezer.
Oh, you guys aren't playing.
We bought a second freezer and filled it with like food. So like the kind of freezer that you put a dead body in, that kind of a freezer, COVID bank account. So you can't do everything, and you have to do some things. So I just try to do a little, as little as possible, and what's really important to me. And I think everybody has to do that. I think everybody has to do what's important to them. So if it's important to you to go get a manicure, go get a manicure. Yes. If it's important to you to go see your friends, go see your friends, but do it in a socially distant way. If it's important to you to go, some people really like to go to stores and go shopping. Yeah. So then go to a store and go shopping and wash your hands every time you touch something with Purell and wear your mask, So for me, I need to get my lashes done. So that was like a big thing for me. And of course, go to my dermatologist for my Botox, Dr. Katz.
Dr. Katz, the shout out.
Yeah, I mean, so a really good friend of mine, like she actually lives in the building, and she's like, you really don't go out. I'm like, no. And then I went out, and she's like, well, at least I know now what's important to you. So, and then I really like, we stay home a lot. Everybody just likes to curl up. Like our apartment in New York is very cozy. We have a fireplace, and we just all like curl up and hang out and do our own thing and eat together. And we try to watch movies together, but Hudson over here is such a buzzkill. He refuses to watch movies with everyone. He says, I only like to watch movies alone.
It's more fun.
Who watches movies alone?
Hey.
Do you believe this?
He clearly he's living his best life.
My little Hudson is not little so more.
Right? He's gotten so big.
I think he watches naughty things on the internet.
Well, he's around that age right now.
On the internet. I'm getting what you put down, girl.
I will say, I mean, I don't have children, but it's a little scary to think with them being home. Like my little sister was just creeping here trying to like distract me. And she's like, you know, with them just being and having their phone 24/7, you're like, what are you doing in that room all day?
I know they're watching TikTok. They're watching TikTok.
That is actually true because Anaya's always doing TikTok dances 24/7.
Yeah. Wait, how old is your sister?
14.
14?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm Sienna, who's 10. She's doing TikTok dances all day. I am before the pandemic.
She does the little like. She's still my baby girl though. She's not a woman yet because she does the cute little dances, and I'm like, no, it's still G. We're good.
I know.
I'm watching you too, Hudson.
He's like, I'm gonna keep making my guest appearance real quick.
It was snowing and then it stopped snowing. Okay.
All right, so this is the time for Ari to ask the question about the kids, because I'm like, this is real life happening.
About the what?
About raising children in New York City.
Yes. Okay, so New York City, I know that's originally where you're from. So like, what is life in New York City, and how important is it to raise family there? Because I do notice a lot of people move to New York to raise family, start from scratch, start a career. So what is your take on that, Aviva?
So I was raised in the city, and I'm a big believer in raising kids in the city in certain aspects. First of all, kids and teens get into a lot of trouble. And there's a saying that says, idle hands do the devil's deeds. And what I really like about New York City is that there's so much to do, and kids can get around without having to be driven by their parents. So kids can hop on the bus, they can hop on the subway, they can hop in a taxi, an Uber, whatever, get to friends' houses, get to museums, get to, whatever they want to do, they can get to places and easily. And it's like, there are always things to do. So I feel like there's less of an opportunity for them to be in the backyard, getting drunk when they're in high school. So that's one positive thing. It's also a beautiful melting pot in New York City, which is, we believe in that very strongly, in diversity. And so you grow up that, every skin color is the same as different hair color, different eye color. And I really like that. For my kids, it's an important value for us. And the negative aspect is that there's a lot of money available to these kids. So if they want to dabble into the bad stuff, it's not going to be, beer. It could be cocaine, because they can afford it. They can get access to it. They can have a dealer at their doorstep anytime. So that's a negative aspect. And then, the outdoors, you can't open your door and be outside, which particularly during the pandemic is really hard. So every time we go outside, we have to go into an elevator, which is like an entire anxiety-provoking ordeal. But in general, that's what you're kind of missing out on. But there are schools with campuses and outdoor backyards and outdoor football fields. It's so, yeah. I would say it's definitely more positive to raise your kids in New York City. And especially the last thing is that they're sophisticated. The kids who grow up in the city have a certain sophistication about them. They're, they've seen it all without traveling all over the world. They've seen it all right here in New York City. They've seen different socioeconomic levels, different kinds of people who live different ways. You see it all here, and everyone's accepted.
Very true.
So I love New York City and raising kids here. I think it's wonderful.
Well,
but not during the pandemic.
You semi-raised me in New York City. When you met me, you put me on my right path.
There you go.
You see? Mama knows best, honey. Mama knows best.
Well, I guess that's why you spending all that money. That's New York and California, why you pay the big bucks, because you get everything that you just said,
Yeah.
It's definitely a different vibe coming from big places like California and New York.
Exactly.
So now,
very true.
Mr. over here is in Miami. And by the way,
nice.
It's your birthday.
Happy birthday, Matt. Oh my God. Happy birthday, gorgeous.
Couldn't think of anyone better to do my birthday episode with. So we're gonna wrap out with some quick rapid fire questions.
Okay.
And I just thought of one, so I'm gonna start.
Okay.
I'm gonna start because this is my birthday. All
Okay.
right. Fuck, marry, or kill. Ramona Singer, Sonia Morgan, or Luann de Lesseps in your lesbian life that you know, if you had a
so I had to tell each of them? Each one?
Which one are you killing, which one are you marrying, and which one are you marry and kill? So you're gonna kill someone, marry someone, and have sex with someone.
Okay. Ramona kill. Sonia have sex with, and Luann marry. I mean, yeah, that's it. That works. Yeah.
She could serenade you for the rest of your life if you're into it.
I had to pick one of each, right? I couldn't do twice.
Ramona was knocked off from the minute she was like, "Bye, girl, you dead."
But could I have said sex with Ramona and sex with Sonia, or I had to pick one for each? Like I had to use them all.
I mean, it's your choice. You can have sex
your
with all
life,
of them.
girl.
Really?
All right, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Okay, would you ever go back to reality television?
Yes, I would. If it worked out with my children and my husband, I would. It's a wonderful opportunity and it's lots of fun. And, you know, I started it when I was 41 and now I'm 50. And I feel like I would be so much more relaxed about it. I was so hyper about it then. And I feel like I'd be like, I wouldn't even care about what I looked like. You know, it's weird. I just feel so different at 50 than I was at 41. Like I would probably have even more fun with it than I did then.
See, girl, you're all about that perspective. Like you said, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So
yes, that's a good one. Love it.
There's been so much growth. You're a testament that you never stop learning, because it is nice to hear you say that. It's a testament. At 50, you can sit back and be like, I would kind of approach this as a little bit more laissez-faire, like not so serious, not so this. You know what I mean? Totally. So I love that about you. I think that's great. One last question. Recall any like crazy fan experiences, or has there been, because I'm sure living in New York, is there anything that's happened recently?
I thought it was weird. I was at a doctor's appointment recently and I was in the hall with my mask on. I just thought it was strange to be recognized with my mask on.
That is kind of weird.
That is.
I mean, I think that's really weird. And any fan, you know, I have always found fans to be just the loveliest people and super sweet. And like, you know, sometimes people are like, you know, I saw you, but I didn't want to say hi. I didn't want to bother you. It's like, you can bother me. You know, I love people. I love talking to people. And I, you know, people are like kind of shy, and it's like, I love the fans. I love people. And, you know, that's just my overwhelming experience with fans. They're just lovely people. Most people are very lovely and loving.
Yeah, except for the internet trolls. Those are the ones.
Well, the internet, yeah.
That's a whole different.
The internet is like, the people who are sitting behind their keyboards and saying nasty things to anybody are just the bottom feeders of the bottom. It's just the bottom. There's just it's not even worth discussing.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, again, before we wrap up, happy birthday, Matthew.
Matt, I love you so much. You're the greatest person in the world. I love you.
I love you so much. Thank you for finally stopping by. 2 years.
My pleasure.
I love you too, Matt.
I love you too.
So cute.
I think Sienna's actually in class, so she's otherwise she'd be here.
Okay, so for people who are living under a rock, let people know where they can follow you at, follow your journey, and even maybe perhaps a return to some reality TV. Girl, spill the tea.
You never, you know, you never know what happens in life, you know?
Yeah. So where can everybody follow you at, girl?
At Aviva Drescher at all social media channels.
Boom.
Where can everybody follow you, Hudson?
Nothing, but you can always get me a job as like an actor somewhere. I don't care.
I love this family. Yeah, where can you can follow me at Matt Dillon 1983. I'm getting old. It's my birthday today.
Happy birthday, my love. Happy birthday. So good to see you both.
It was so good to see you too, girl. I mean, gosh, finally we were able to get on. We're like, when Matt told me, I was like, okay, is this really happening? And what a perfect time to come on, like on Matt's birthday. So
start the fresh year.
Thank you for inviting me. I really am grateful. Thank you for having me. It's so nice. So nice to catch up.
Where can people follow you, Ari?
People can follow me across the board at Ariane Andrew, and of course, follow Sippin' the Tea at Sippin' the Tea TV show on Instagram and Sippin' the Tea TV1 on Twitter. We will catch you guys same place, same time of another episode of Sippin' the Tea TV show.
Hey.